It's Week 10 of the NFL, and we'll see Geno Smith. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Desperados and the Sentinels, and it comes your way next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward here with you as we get set for a division rematch, Brock. One side seeking the sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra.
Nick Folk ready to do the honors. And away we go, here in Rio. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out in his 13th season out of Michigan State is Kirk Cousins.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. We send a man in motion. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Kyle Duggar hauling him down. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go right back to Hall. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. On the counter, Hall. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
Play action now for Cousins. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Getting out to his left. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
That's a really good job by the defense right there. Doing something I hear all the time in coaches' meetings. I want to keep that quarterback in the box. I want to put a fence around him. Don't want to let him get out and make a big play breaking the pocket.
Now on 4th down, it's Trenton Gill out to kick it away. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This is ahead for about 5. A.J. Terrell making that stop. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Smith. Finds him over the middle. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Jadeveon Clowney on that stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They kick the running back in motion. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And they'll have 1st down. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Fred Warner. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. 3rd and short, Mostert. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
1st down, Smith to throw. That's into the hands of Mostert. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Bails out of the pocket. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And they corral him well behind the line of scrimmage. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed.
They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
So Rigoberto Sanchez, the man who will send this flying on 4th down. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Sentinels and receiver Puka Nacua back out to take possession. And you can see he's in chase mode, trying his best to catch the league leader in receiving. Right now, sitting in 2nd place. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Cousins. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Hall running between the tackles. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Woo! I am not sure we didn't see a safety right there. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building because that QB kept going back and back and was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
On comes the Sentinels punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. On him quick, and that's going to be a safety. Well, Brock, they were giving up some points there either way, so actually a really heads-up move to corral that block, give them 2 instead of what easily could have been 6.
Oh, it could still lead to 6. Remember, they got to now boot it away after the safety. It's time for this defense to pick up the special teams phase of the game. It's called complementary football, and this defense has now got to complement what was a total disaster by the punt team.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. This finds Mostert. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's a give inside to Mostert. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Stop made by Braden Fisk. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Smith. Oh, and the rush is too much. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right things said in the paper, bulletin board material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. We've got a close one here. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 29. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be a 1st down. From the gun, it's Hall. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He's contained at the line for no gain. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Throwing on 3rd, Cousins. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Well into this 1st half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
Trenton Gill on the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Desperados back out on offense as we see Raheem Mostert again. And he is the NFL leader in rushing yards as we work through November. He's hoping an excellent season can continue as such here. Smith on first down. Forced out to his right. Now here he goes. That play good for 17 on a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Shotgun handoff for Mostert. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running back, motioning right. Here we go, 2nd and 9. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. It's a gain of 12 there. And they're going to have a first down. They go play action. Here's Smith. Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Motioning one of the tight ends. From the gun, Smith. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself. What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They give to Hall on the draw. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Not a person in this stadium didn't start tensing up the way I did up in the booth. You could feel that goal line coming, right? Pressure right in his face. Nearly turns into a couple points now. Well, now you got to be so careful. No breathing room for the next snap.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Hall takes it straight ahead. And all he's able to do is get them a touch more space to the 4. Just 1 yard on the run. That brings up 4th down. On now comes their punter. Trenton Gill, the one to kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. That's played at the 43. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they're going to take over possession. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Smith to the air now. Dialing up a receiver screen. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. A give to Mostert out of the gun. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. This throw is caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. We've got the medical staff headed out after the play, and we see we do have somebody injured out there. Oh, it's the running back, Raheem Mostert. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Smith in the pistol. He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Desperados push this to an 8-point game. Geno Smith with a touchdown. All right, so this solid first half continues for Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Folk with a point after. And the Desperados push the lead to 2 scores now. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Set to return. Here's Darnay Holmes. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Brazil. It's the Sentinels, lined up with a 2nd and 8. From the 28. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Uh-oh, he can't escape. He's brought down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Trenton Gill out there again to punt this away. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. Man, it'll be their football. This offense making its way back out now. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play, and that gives them the first. Smith. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They'll get 18 yards there, and it'll give them a first down. Working inside the red zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. And again, it's Smith. He completes it in traffic. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now Smith. Chased out to his right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Desperados will add to their lead at the end of the half. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Now a rushing score, a quarter for him in this opening half, Brock. Should be a pretty nice feeling in that locker room at halftime, knowing what he's already accomplished.
Kind of get the feeling this isn't the whole show, though, right? In his eyes, this is just the opening act. There's going to be a lot more to come when the curtain raises for the second half.
Point after by Folk is up and good. And the Desperados take a 16-point lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Holmes now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Looking to throw. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. He's going to push one deep down the right. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
Yeah, and the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. So we are through 2 quarters, and it's the Desperados in the lead here in Rio. Now we'll jump from South up to North America. Hear from Jonathan Coachman in Orlando with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Eward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. That touchdown cut the lead by a chunk, Brock, but it's still a 2-score game as they start this drive out. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Now after the incomplete pass, we've got someone shaken up and in need of some medical attention. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to the air. It's Smith. He's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Third and just 2 to go. Shotgun, handoff to Garindo. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. Room to run inside the 20. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. From the red zone now. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5. Shotgun snap to Smith. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Third and 4 coming up now. Running back sent in motion. Buys time, fighting for the goal line. Oh, he lost it! Someone punched it out! It's picked up by the defense.
I'll tell you, Kate, by now, I think it's as much between the ears problem as it is anything technical ball security problem. After 3 fumbles in a game, he's got to get his head on right there on the sidelines before they will ever trust him to hang on the ball again.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up second and 2. Here's Cousins now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Putting a receiver in motion. Going to the ground again on first. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Hall once more. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
So out now comes the punter. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he gets it away from his end zone. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Pierce up the middle. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
They go play action. Here's Smith. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. First throw for the backup now. They bring the pressure. Down he goes. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Desperados. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Cousins. The ball's out, he lost it. And it's picked up by the defense. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Now this offense getting set to work here. They were only on the field for 3 plays. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground, while the defense is hoping it didn't.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. From the 25 on 2nd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kyle Tucker makes the play. And the Desperados get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked up.
Yeah, I think this defenses today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did, and boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, going left. Shotgun handoff to Pierce. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. Now as that play came to an end, we saw somebody in some pain down there. And now it looks like they're looking at the running back, Dameon Pierce. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They send a tight end in motion. Now a give to Garindo. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's 3rd and less than a yard. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Forced out to his right. The Desperados parlay the interception into points. And they take this in for the score. The Desperados pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. They aren't taking the offense off. All right, leaving them out, trying for 2. He's throwing for it. And he will get into the end zone. They go for 2, and that gives them a 3-score advantage. Well, Brock, the run certainly an option as they lined up for 2, but as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you've spent all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you can run it, but there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game, and good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
Holmes now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's on target, Puka Nacua. Now he's past the 25. Puka Nacua! And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Sentinels shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Santos now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Sentinels cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The offense getting set to go. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, Garindo. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Finds a man right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give him a 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. On the give, it's Garindo. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. 1st down from the red zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. The Desperados make it a 16-point ball game. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. And some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Folk with a point after. And the Desperados take a 3-possession lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Holmes now to return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. And he's going to be taken down after a long time back there. Coverage sack through and through. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Looking to throw, Mills. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. Recovered by the defense. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
This, our last play of the quarter. 1st and 10, here's Cousins. His pass caught by Nakua. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. All set up now for 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. They go right back to Hall. Brushes him off with ease. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Already a little work left to do by taking that sack, but you still got 2, maybe even 3 shots to go get it. Touchdown to check down, touchdown to check down. Very much in play on the next couple snaps.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Trying again, following the sack. Looking, and he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback, there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on 3rd down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And this stays a 3-possession game.
I know there's golfers out there, Kate, that love to play this game as well. And any golfer knows, hey, man, at the turn, no matter how bad that front side was, there's still a chance, right? There's still another hole, still another opportunity. You write that script of hope. Kickers are kind of like golfers, right? They're always thinking of the next one. But unfortunately, with that miss, well, this scorecard's going to end up ugly.
First play of the drive. Here's Mostert. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Here's 2nd and 11. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now they send their back in motion right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Punt team on the field. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. The Sentinels and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. First down throw for Cousins. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 2nd down. Back to throw, Cousins. Able to find Legaue here. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
On the move, headed right. That's a pickup of 9. And it sets up first down. Play action now for Cousins. That's caught Tucker Kraft. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll give them a first down. Looking to throw, Cousins. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That's 16 on the pickup. And they'll have first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. A give left side for Hall. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Now Herbert. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. And that's a touchdown catch, at least for the moment. Oh, Brock, but guys are already walking backwards. You know what that means. I think this one's going to be on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. To the air, Cousins. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Cousins again. That's caught at the 4. And this is down all the way to the 3.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a match.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Sentinels get it back to within 2 possessions. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Sentinels cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. Now outruns their offense to take over. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. Mills looking to throw. Pulled in by Dotson along the sideline. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A tight end in motion now. It's Mostert on 2nd down. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be a 1st down. They'll go again with Mostert. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Going right back to Mostert. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. They kick the running back in motion. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. The flag makes this 3rd down and 10. Here's Mills. Escapes the pocket. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. It's the 2-minute warning from Rio. Desperados nearing their 6th win this season. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Mostert. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll try it right with Mostert. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Counter give to Mostert. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. On is Nick Folk to attempt the field goal. It's about 43 yards for him. The kick by Gano is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Sentinels and Kirk Cousins headed back out to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Flush down out to his left. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. That one's cut along the left sideline. They strike for 23 yards. And they're going to have a 1st down. Out of the gun, Cousins. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Trying to set this up quick. Another try following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. To throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know you've got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Try and push it deep dip, and there's our last-stand image of this game. It's intercepted. Kyle Duggar makes the play. And the Desperados are stopped on the return on the final play of this game. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Desperados are your winners as we say goodbye from Rio de Janeiro.